Hurek doesn't feel comfortable enough to try and get close. He misses the flash. He's going to be in trouble. No, Closer comes to the rescue. A bit of healing. Fan the hammer, desperate. Hurek almost off the edge, but he gets back in the spawn somehow. Despite this display of acrobatics, the rest of the Spitfire got decimated on the main point, and there's a minute and 18 seconds left. Short 4 trying to go in. EMP timing, it's flashed immediately. Did the EMP work out? You can see Hurek is hacked at the moment. Fish is trying to follow up on the damage, and it looks like it's good. Uyal de-suited now, backing away, getting healed up by Closer. Fisher knows he needs to just take a step back and get that mega. He'll be good to fight again. What's Asher looking for? Hargapin might be the answer. Big salvo of orbs of destruction sent in Asher's direction, forcing that pulse bomb didn't quite connect. We still got gesture anyway, so all's well that ends well. Cheeky spray and went back to the fight. Uyal just completely shunted out of the area. Los Angeles looking mad good right now, Matt. Last fight coming up.
They have a blizzard here too.
Oh, Hargapin goes for a little bit of an early transcendence. How do they make value out of this one? He moves on to the point, but Shortfall doesn't really care. EMP time. Who's going to be caught? Jester goes in for the primal range. I guess he wasn't caught on that EMP, which is a bit of an annoyance to Shortfall, who would have loved to have shut that ultimate down. Shaz's will move. Uyal fight Shortfall. He's low as well. This fight's turning around. The Spitfire come back in now with a bit of pizzazz, and so far it's worked out. Ash's Tracer can't get close enough. There's too much damage being thrown in his direction, and Fish is down. First tick to come up here. The Gladiators will have a chance to try and stall this out, but the Death Blossom, Matt, that's going to be so hard to deal with. Big Goose in over the top, just pushed away. Get off my point was the call. Now the May in on. Shaz is going to get his barrier up, but there's not much he can do against the Death Blossom there. Still in overtime, of course. The Spitfire, though, have come up with a formula right at the final moments. Shortfall has pole position. I've called it before. He's in a great spot to get great damage. And Uyal's mech's not going to be saved there by the Transcendence now. As Pulse Bomb dropped in, that's beautiful. Mini Diva out. Shortfall connects with a direct Helix Rocket, and now it's time for the Tactical Visor. Hurek just vaporizes right in front of him. It is a primal range being drawn out of Fisher, out of Gesture, should I say. It doesn't really account to much. Gesture finds Shaz. He's jumping back and forth. Shortfall wondering where the Monkey Menace had gone to, and he won't find out. The man's going to be sleeping with the fishes, whichever one's like the cold water. I don't really know which they are.
Prophet just kind of poking around, seeing when to use this.
Prophet, oh!
Weak and taken out by Asher, so not going to have that Dragon Blade now.
You can see Prophet wasn't paying attention to Asher. He was looking at the self-destruct, trying to make sure he'd be out of the range. Hargapin might be in trouble. Yet there's no way he's getting back. You might be able to float, but you can't fly. And the Gladiators had that first point, and then I'm done. You look at Fisher double jumping his way through. Time is of the essence. Gladiators know it more than anyone.
Well, now you don't have...
How fast is this?
Yeah, they're going to push the point. And now Shaz is going to get a Transcendence, so you don't have that Dragon Blade versus no support ult on the other side. It'll be Asher who takes out Gesture. Here comes the Tactical Visor from Shurfor. The Gladiators trying to push for point B.
Good self-destruct placement does force the Gladiators back for a moment, but it's just a scared moment. Hurek just walks face first into a Helix Rocket. You can see the supports for the Spitfire sitting off to the side. And Prophet's trying to salvage the situation, but what can you do with the Dragon Blade to get the Transcendent and a Helix Rocket? Not a thing. Shortfall standing back. Gesture takes to the skies here. Another Primal Rage. His previous one was very impactful, but there's only so much one monkey can do. He's cut down eventually. Hargapin off towards the side. Can't really touch the point. He's too fragile on that Zenyatta. He falls. Bishu deals with him. Sound barrier now coming out for the Los Angeles Gladiators. Uyal and Hurek trying to keep it going. Prophet comes in and finds Big Goose early, but it's just him. One man against the world, and it's not enough. Theoretically, the Gladiators don't use too many ultimates here if they forced out the transmit. They get a third kill! Ash is going to go for Closer anyway. I thought with the Transcendence in play, they might have let Sleeping Lions lie, but the Gladiators are going to be up with a roar. Asher finds Jesse here, and it's going to be Hargapin. What do you do? Not a lot, my friend. He gets just completely plastered across the walls, and here it is. One tick is all the Gladiators need to get this round. Uyal desperately throws himself into the sound barrier just for good measure, just for some extra color and effect, and that's it. Map 1. Gladiators coming up here.
No, London, they're also running Miss Mercy and Zen, not two mobile heroes themselves.
Anytime.
Hydration with a blade. Oh, it's Prophet with a two-man Riptire, though.
Great turnaround. Right back. Yeah, really good turnaround, especially because Shaz had used that Transcendence in the fight.
Let the tanks get tossed off with heals.
What is that? Oh! What is that? Just to fade away over the shoulder. Even Kobe couldn't have done it. Asher, that's so filthy. That'll be what they're looking to really use in this next fight. Hydration. Technically, there's enough burst damage here on Barrage to kill some people, but Hurek's going to be able to survive through most of it. No! Hydration catches him out despite the fact the Transcendence was in effect. The damage was there, and then a follow-up shot is beautiful. No, surely! Oh my lord! Hargapin just gets knocked off the map. It's so filthy. It's like Hydration and Asher are just trying to one-up each other. He's holding on to it for the time being. That's because Shaz has a trans of his own. Now sound barrier time. Hooreg's missing. Bishu found his mark. Asher looking worse for wear, but the sound barrier helping in a big way. And Gesture down. Big Goose is cooking it up in here. Hydration finding one more. Hugapun and Prophet are keeping their hopes alive, and Weir goes for a self-destruct in the window. This will force players off the point, but it's still under the control of the Gladiators, which means that the Spitfires still need to be stood on there. Hydration finds Prophet, mid-dash, it's 2-0 in this series. Bishu now on the point, de-suited already with the Coalescence in play. The Spitfire have got all the resources they need to finish this fight off in style. Something's gone wrong here for the Gladiators, Matt.
Yeah, now Nuss actually gets to the high ground, uses his Lucio wall climbing abilities, gets up right in Sherfor's face, takes him out as well. The defense from the Gladiators, non-existent. Let Sherfor and Hydration just put down a ton of damage behind them.
Don't try and play the choke. You've got a lot of AoE damage with your DPSs here, so try and push them back and then get value out of them. That's a huge outshadow there. Transcendence being quickly employed to try and protect them, but again, two burst damage abilities came out. Fury self-destruct, Gesture's charge as well. It didn't matter if there was a trans in play. That got completely nullified. The Gladiators have lost their peel in the back line. Big Goose and Shaz are down. Sherfor and Fish now trying to salvage the situation. One rocket and a fadeaway. Sherfor now trying to get back to the payload and attend to it, but it's a Coalescence in midair, but Dosen chucks him out. It's going to be Bishu de-seated as well, and that'll be a fight lost for the Gladiators here, but Dosen, huge work, 2 kills for the Coalescence. Dosen goes down early, that self-destruct could be dangerous. Sherfor gets quickly behind some cover, he finds it, now he needs to steal his nerve and pick these players off, and he's done it. Gesture's down. In the distance, you can see that Fury is going to get de-seated himself. Fisher just comes back to the payload to say hello and lands directly on top of Fury. What a showing.
You lose that Widowmaker, just a huge presence up there.
Oh, that's a headshot. One more. He gives him the punch. The open palm of peace is enough to dismantle Medosen. That's beautiful. Look at this. The Gladiators didn't even worry too much about the point. Sherfor, what presence of mind to flank around and deal with Medosen as he was trying to get to safety. Gesture's brought back up to life map, but I don't think it's going to be enough at this stage. Second one to finish the kill. Hydration still has plans, though. Grand designs. Oh, he's got 2 from long range. Birdring has to fall and no mercy now. Medosen, how have you had this a 3rd fight in a row? His 3rd Transcendence in 3 fights. It's so filthy. The Spitfire need to gain position and get up close, and Sherfor's been brought back after falling to Birdring. Hydration now starting to get a bit punch-drunk over the point. Prophet falls there, concussed him by and claimed his life. And now it's Fisher to deal with Birdring. The master, the virtuoso, the maestro of Doomfist is in session, and you can see he's laying in the fists. They're going to get that 2nd checkpoint now.
They don't really have anything. Well, Hydration switches off a Doomfist, goes over to Pharrell. He can contest that Widowmaker a little bit, but this Riptire could be the game.
Happy birthday, Reinhardt! Gesture's down. Quickly, the Spitfire have to get him to the payload because they lost their Reinhardt, the only player that was keeping it stalled out. It's no good! It's no good! Shields up, and the Gladiators have won the series already. Still a 1-for-1 trade, which keeps the Spitfire at an advantage, not only in spawn distance, but also in players. Self-destruct on the point. Asher needs to use the payload to break line of sight, and he does so, but he's losing teammates here. They're hemorrhaging players here, Matt.
Yeah, and it was Big Goose making a switch over to Lucio as he goes back into the respawn, trying to bring his teammates back a little bit faster. Not going to work out, though. The London Spitfire roll over the Gladiators to take point A.
Now Bishu there, out in the open, takes a big hit. He knows the Sherfor's hunting for him, but Bishu suspended in midair. Can't do anything to avoid the bullet. That was inexorably targeted right for him. Birdring, bit of a slap there. And again, you can see a lot of the fight unfolding from Birdring's positioning. He is being threatened, but the rest of the Spitfire, Matt, are coming to his aid. And this has just been a white one. I don't think they've lost one fight, maybe.
And you wouldn't have had anybody that can get up to the high ground to protect him if everybody came through for the Gladiators. It'll be Asher who takes out Birdring. It'll be get the benefits of a sound barrier here as well. He throws that pulse bomb, though, right into Fury's.
Shaz, two Transcendences, 2 fights. That's beautiful stuff from him. He does eventually go down, but Ocean finds his opposite number, but that was timely use of that support ornament. Nuss just walks straight into the Deadeye. Oh, you look very pretty up there, Medosen, but there's not much to be done. There's also a pulse bomb. Is he going to go for the 2-for-1? Yep, they're going to attempt it anyway, but the supports get away. Big Goose gives that speed boost to him and Shaz. They can get out of jail, get out of trouble. And that's Fisher now. He's getting mad. Primal Rage has found himself in a position now to actually do even more damage after finding those first couple of kills. Prophet and Gesture down.
He wants Nuss real bad. He gets him low, just trying to hump this Mercy player down.
Come to me!
The movement here by Nuss has been fantastic. He finally falls
He
down.
got him. No one really goes for the bait though. Perhaps they don't know he's there. No, probably not. Oh, it's gonna be nasty. Nuts gets caught out, and to be honest, Bedoshin's lucky to even be alive. He took a lot of damage from that AoE. Asher opening it up. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Fury now trying to dance around and keep things stalled out, but that is all that the Gladiators needed. One big play like that sets them on the home stretch here to finish this map. Prophet there just stands, hoping to stall out for a little bit. That's lovely. I love it. They can't be worried too much about the flank. They need to go in. Birdering though, he knows just how to do that. Shaz gets sliced through. It's a hot knife through butter kind of thing, but Shawfall with the Dead responding. The Transcendence from Bedoshin isn't enough to save him. That's an instant kill if you get the happy red skulls. Pulse bomb drop, doesn't get a kill, but does a bit of damage there. Takes those Fury very, very low. But still the D was able to chase down Shawfall. Final moments here. 5 seconds left in the round. Asher being booped off of the payload, trying to stay on over, trying to 1v1. Birdering from long range. Gets the 76 damage done, and the Gladiators so close, and yet so far, they can't get to the payload at all. And at least a map in this series will be handed over to the London Spitfire. It's not a victory, and that's disappointing in itself for the London team. But for the Gladiators, they can hold their heads high as their shields are being held.